is RG Tanner coming at you with Misadventures of a Schizophrenic. And today I just kind of like to do a proof of concept that underneath everyone who has a mental illness, there is a person who is a fully rounded person who has dimensions and realities and personality traits that have nothing to do with their mental illness. So today I'm going to be talking about 10 facts that make me me, that have nothing to do with my schizophrenia whatsoever. Starting with the notes I've made in this journal, which, as you can tell, is my beloved Nightmare Before Christmas journal that my wonderful husband got me. He knows my love of Tim Burton. So, in this list, I'll start at the age of 3. When I was 3 years old, my parents bought me a guinea pig. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't have what I had coming because of what I named it. I named this guinea pig Frekanuka. Basically, I named her after a German war missile. And a few months or so, maybe a few weeks after I got her, she bit me right on the thumb, and you can see right there I have a bit of a triangular scar. First scar I ever got was from the bite of a ferocious guinea pig. Secondly, I'm a writer. I have been ever since 2nd grade. My 2nd grade teacher got me hooked on writing poetry. Granted, in 2nd grade it really wasn't good poetry. It was a 2nd grader's poetry. And I have written several books. I am still unpublished, but that doesn't mean I'm not writing. I'm just gonna keep going and going and going until someone picks up my stuff. I don't know. I actually now write horror stories. Kind of scares my mom a little bit. You know, just titch that I write such dark material. Some of the other stuff, I am an artist. Fact number 3, I am an artist. I draw surrealism. I'll show you a few pictures here. I always had a habit of giving my teachers a really hard time because they'd say do one thing and then I'd make it surreal and do another thing. And so whenever I had an art teacher, they were just like, oh God, why do you have to make things so difficult? But I did it anyway. I always had to make things my own. It's just how I function. When I'm doing something artistic, I have to be true to myself and basically draw what's going on inside my mind and inside my heart. Fact number 4. When I was about 15, 16, I wanted to be a film director, and I actually went to a film high school. And what I studied there, I studied cinematography, production, and makeup. So I didn't focus so much on the glamour makeup. I actually studied under Ken Olsen. So if you've ever seen the miniseries The Stand by Stephen King, he was the key makeup artist on set with that. He actually won an Emmy for it. So I know how to do gashes and bruises and werewolves and vampires, oh my. Just basically all the crazy stuff under the sun. I know how to use latex and alginate and plaster and wax and fake blood, which, by the way, fake blood, when it's flavored, tastes like Thin Mints. Just fun fact for anyone out there. So, I don't know, actually, within this YouTube series, my film background has really helped me because I understand how the camera functions, I understand how the editing is functioning, so it's actually kind of prepped me for all of this. When I was 17, I graduated high school. I graduated early. I wanted to get the hell out of there. I did not belong in school. It was not a place for me. I don't know. A lot of kids at that age don't really comprehend what's going on when a mental illness is at play, and so they act out in other ways, but that's beside the point. But I got all my high school credits done in February when I was 17, and I graduated early, and then I decided to try my hand at vet tech school. So I tried, but then I found out that I would be the one responsible for euthanizing animals, and I was like, nope, I'm gone. Gone out the window, because I was like, I love animals, but no way would I ever have it in me to put down an animal no matter their suffering. I just couldn't fathom that. When I when I was 19 years old, I was the ref and medic to an underground boxing ring. Very illegal. And these people weren't boxing with gloves. No, no, no. They were using their bare fists. So it was a lot like Fight Club. It was these wannabe teenage boys who were going through their rebellious phase, who wanted to feel cool about themselves. And my boyfriend was one of the people, my boyfriend at the time, he wanted to be one of the people who was fighting in the underground boxing ring. And I said, nope, you're not doing it without a ref and medic. I volunteer. And so I had some basic medical knowledge because my dad was a nurse. And, you know, being a ref, you just time things and make sure no one's throwing punches below the belt. And there were a few times that we had to send people to the hospital because their pupils dilated all the way and they couldn't count backwards from 10. They were severely brain damaged. Probably not the smartest chapter of my life, but nevertheless, it was something that I did. When I was a kid, I was really shy. I was a really shy little kid. But as I've grown up, I've grown to be a lot more outspoken, and I attribute a lot of that to debate. When I was in high school, I was captain of my debate team, and I focused a lot on a section called SPAR, which is a very fast-paced speaking medium. You have to come up with your topic in under a minute. You have 3 minutes to prove your topic, and it's just bam, bam, bam. And as I went through debate, I became a very outspoken person, and now I am a total spaz. I mean, totally. Like you probably saw in my day in the life video, I'm always dancing, I'm always singing, just doing a little dance, singing a little song, just basically getting down tonight. And I briefly studied 4 different instruments. I have studied the piano, the guitar, the violin, and drums. Now, did I stick with any of those? No. Music is not my calling. But nevertheless, I tried them. Glad I did. Had a music recital go terribly wrong when I forgot all my music. Was totally embarrassed. I am a Taurus, and I am stubborn, as any true Taurus is. I have a tendency not to let things go. I never give up. I am very tenacious, and I just keep going. It's like I never get the hint. Someone, you know, like even with this YouTube series, you know, I haven't gotten a lot of views, I'll be honest. But is that gonna stop me? No, I'm gonna keep going and until I can perfect it because I'm stubborn. Just keep on going, keep on trying. Giving up is not in my vocabulary. And last but not least, I have danced in many different ways throughout my life. I studied modern dance, ballet, tap, and belly dancing. And I performed in all 4 of these things. My 2 favorite were tap and belly dancing. I still do belly dancing just around the house. You can ask my husband. Isn't that right?
Yep. Just randomly we'll just start doing it.
See? You heard him say it. I'll just start belly dancing around the house. And, you know, I always love to dance, love to move. And so those are some 10 facts about me that, I don't even know if all my close friends know those things. But it's just proof that those 10 things had nothing to do whatsoever with my mental illness. Those things had to do with me as a person, who I am. And granted, I would not be the person I am without my mental illness. But I am still a person. I am not just an illness. And I hope if you have anybody in your life who is mentally ill, that you're not seeing them as just an illness. That you're seeing them as the person who they are. Because an illness does not define you. It is not who you are. It is something you go through. And it's something that you have to carry with you. But I hope you know that if you do have a mental illness, you are not defined by it. You can be you. And you can be mentally ill. It's fine. You can be both. You know, you just have to remember, stay true to who you are. And, you know, love who you are and be proud of it. I know that I'm not ashamed of who I am and who I've become over the years. And I hope that all of you who have a mental illness, feel free to take a list. Write out 10 things that have to do with you, that have nothing to do with your mental illness, just to prove to yourself the things that you have done, that you have experienced, that you have lived through, that are just you. and that's all. And so if you're going to take anything away from this video, I just hope you know that if you have a mental illness, you are not defined by your mental illness. And if you have someone in your life who is mentally ill, try to encourage them to be who they are, love who they are, and don't define them by their mental illness. So if you want to read more about what I go through on a day-to-day life, please check out my blog at Misadventures of a Schizophrenic.wordpress.com. I'll actually put that in the description box below, so you can just click on the link. If you're having an issue right now that cannot wait, please call this number. This is the NAMI crisis number. It is nationwide. They will take care of you. And be sure to check out my Instagram, where I post daily. And also be sure to hit that little subscribe button, and please comment below about what you would like to see a schizophrenic talk about, because I am more than happy to take your suggestions. I am an open book, and I will be happy to talk about whatever. So I hope to see you next time on Misadventures of a Schizophrenic. Until then, have a good day. Bye. Hey YouTube, if you like this video and like my channel, click right here for another video. Click right here to subscribe. And be sure to leave comments. I would really love to hear from all of you. Remember, share your story, share your strategy. Let's make a community. So be sure to comment below and subscribe. See you next time.